I'm Damon L. Jacobs of We Love Soaps TV.
Hi, I'm Roger Newcomb, and we're at City Walk at Universal Studios in Los Angeles for the Day of Days event.
We're here for this special annual event, and I am so excited, Roger, because some of my favorite actors of all time are here, and we're going to get a chance to talk to them about the 45th anniversary of Days of Our Lives, as well as what the future holds for each and every one of them. I can't wait.
Right, so stay tuned.
Days event with Arianne Zucker and Eric Martsolf, and I'm a little bit worried about being in the middle of these two because they have been up to no good lately, but I must say I am loving every minute of it.
As you should.
I believe it when you say it like that.
I really am. So, Brady, who we've seen from his birth, watched the show from his birth and way before that, always been kind of, a guy with some edge, but mostly followed, Isabella's good path. But we've seen a significant change in him in the last couple months. What has that been like for you as an actor to get these scripts where he's acting very un-Brady-like?
Well, let me think about it. I freaking love this turn.
You look
my whole soap career has been about playing the good guy. I want to do the right thing. Are you feeling okay? Is everything all right?
Teresa, don't cry.
Exactly. With Ethan and Brady, it's like, dude, come on, let's get some meat here. Finally, I've been given some meat, and I'm sinking my teeth into it. It's a wonderful opportunity to examine this character in a totally different way because he's complex. He's got a lot of family history. He's had a lot of issues. The whole rehab and the drugs really hasn't been examined that much, but now it's hitting him. It's affecting him. And thanks to this woman over here, he's finally gone over the edge and been manipulated one too many times, and the freaking guy's burying people. Couldn't be happier about it.
So, does Nicole get some of the credit for this, or what?
You are so welcome, honey.
Love it.
Love you too. Yes, of course. I mean, listen, when you're spun into my web. No, but really, I love see, now we're kind of even, the characters. And it makes sense because he's now come, I'd like to say, risen to my level instead of gone down, gone up. No, but it is, and it's fun for the two characters to, nobody ever really roots for Nicole to be with anybody because no one's ever bad enough, and I don't mean that in a really good light because most people hate my character, but in a good way. But it's great to have somebody who's doing something that Nicole would do.
Right.
Ooh, wait a minute. Nicole would do something. Wait, no, that doesn't work either. But you know what I mean?
Well, she's finding more of a companion in Brady now. He really seems more like they have more in common now than they did before.
Exactly.
If I were
Including
Nicole, I'd hang out with Brady.
Yeah.
Make myself feel a little better about what I'm doing.
But it is interesting because Brady, as we've talked about, is an addict. He's been through cocaine. He's been through rehab. And now he's drinking again. And it seems like Nicole, who I know cares about him and has been worried about his sobriety, is kind of, for lack of a better word, enabling all that. Have you noticed that?
Didn't you bring me a bottle of vodka into the Kiriakis mansion
She's
the other
like,
day?
they're toasting Vivian's death. She.
Now, if I'm correct, Brady's not an alcoholic. He's just a drug addict, right?
We need to talk to Maggie
That's
Horton
right.
about that.
Wait,
because
hold on.
It's
I'm now
all
Brady.
the same.
That's right. I'm a cocaine addict, all right? Alcohol's not my poison. I can handle that. That's just alcohol. That's nothing.
My character can justify just about anything. Okay.
And remember, I'm a shrink and I work with addicts in my practice, so it is one of those things where it's like it's gateway. It's one. It's
One leads
and
to
certainly
the
in the 12-step world, it's all the
In
same.
this campy, sarcophagus, crazy story, there's actually a valid chemical substance abuse issue going on.
There sure
which is.
is.
The denial of one poison is not equal to another.
That is.
High is getting high, as Maggie Horton said to Brady.
And even as Brady said to Hope after she was arrested.
Yes,
he even pointed out, it's like, a pill is a pill is a pill. But here we are. We're
Would
drinking.
you like a glass of scotch?
Yeah, exactly. Now, Ari, one of the things I've loved about Nicole and I love about your portrayal is just the way that you can do these pretty nasty things. And yet, as the audience, there's the part of us that still wants you to be with Sydney. And there's the part of us that still wants you to have Brady and really wants to be on your side despite oh my God, what did she just do? How do you think you're able to do that?
Being on the show as long as I have, I love my character. Like, I will get a script. There isn't a script that I look at and go, oh my God, I can't believe I have to do this. It's, how am I going to do this? Like, what's my challenge? And I love her, and I'm in love with her. So I think because I'm in love with her, it might come across that way. That's what, and it's like watching someone in concert. If they're having a good time, we're having a good time.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel. I'm hoping people are seeing because I love her.
And the humor. the humor that's been there.
Yeah.
At least for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, I remember when she started to turn around, and part of that was because she was making us laugh.
Yeah, exactly. And, part of that I got to drink, so I could bring out whatever I sort of wanted to do. And, with certain limits, but they, producer-wise, they gave me a lot of freedom with that, so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So a couple years ago, the whole baby switch storyline, kidnapping Sydney storyline, did you ever look at a script and think, oh, God, how am I going to sell this? What am I going to...
I just knew the most important thing was to still keep the audience's sympathy for this character, and that was my goal. And I think what Nicole's finally realized that she lacks in her life is love. No matter what, this girl has never really. I mean, her mother loved her, but showed it in the worst way. Her father, well, asking her or drugging her to do porn. I'm not sure how loving that is. And so she's looking for it everywhere, anywhere she can find it. And I think there's some redeeming qualities about that.
Right.
In Brady.
What's that?
To my knowledge, there's really only one man that has really ever loved Nicole unconditionally.
And?
I think that's me. I think that's Brady, yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
You love me for me.
I love you no matter what you do.
I know.
I could bury someone alive and you'll be okay. I mean, these people are pretty good together.
They are.
Can you imagine being in a relationship where no matter what you did, you were just automatically forgiven?
Well, and that is, a real relationship. Lots. That is, I think, the ingredients of a long-term relationship. It's about forgiveness.
It's one of the hardest things you can ever
It's
do
more than
when you
just
love
love.
somebody.
Because you have all these other elements you have to do, which forgive as well.
Well, it's acceptance, and I think Nicole accepts Brady full out.
Absolutely.
Brady doesn't always accept Nicole, but he's also realizing too that
better
people
at
do
it.
things for reasons, and we see that now in Brady's eyes.
Yes.
This last episode that aired on Friday was just the toast with you and Victor and Kate and Philip.
Yes. that was great.
Classic scene. It's like, oh my goodness.
It was great.
It was really fun.
We're all like,
Yeah, that's how they describe it. We were witches around the cauldron making the soup or throwing in the tarantulas and like...
so good and so much history with these characters. What can you preview for us about what's coming up?
I do have to say, it's going to be an interesting holiday because it's going to be interesting to see who ends up where in what place and why.
That's not general at all.
Okay. What can you do after that?
I guess I can say that Brady and Nicole, their relationship is going to be tested, and a lot of it has to do with the very things that Nicole has wanted in her life, and the things that she hasn't had, she's going to want to have, and the question is, can she have it all? And that's going to be a big platform for them and a big hurdle. And it's also going to test the mentalities of characters and how they deal with these things. And there's some really good stuff coming up. There's some character meat coming up. It's not just story for the sake of it. It's about human beings and why they want the things they want and the things they're willing to do to get them.
And that's where I think soaps are the strongest, when they tell stories from character standpoint. I think Dace has been doing a really good job of that these last couple of years.
It's always been about character.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I want to thank you both so much for being here.